As you appear to know so much, Lord Meridew, sir, said the inspector, perhaps you wouldn't mind explaining to us just how the murderer managed to get the body of his victim out into the middle of the tennis court and effect his escape without leaving any tracks behind him in the red dust. Frankly, sir, we in the police force are just plain baffled. St. John Lord Meridew, the great detective, rose majestically, his huge Father Christmas face glowing with mischievous delight. Slowly he brushed the crumbs of the seedy cake from the folds of his pendulous waistcoat. The police may be baffled, sir, he boomed, but Meridew is not. It's all a question of a little research and a little ratiocination. 30 years ago, the murderer, Dr. Grayson, was a distinguished member of the Ballet Russe, dancing under the name of Oleg Graysinski. While the years may have altered his appearance, his old skill had not deserted him. Walking on his points, he carried the body out to the middle of the tennis court, walking along the white tape line which separates the service boxes. Well, from there, he hurled the body 5 feet towards the baseline where it was found. Then, with a neatly executed fouette, he faced about and returned the way he had come, thus leaving no traces. Splendid, absolutely splendid. Meridew loses none of his cunning, I'm happy to say. Oh, hello, good evening. Milo Tindle, isn't it?
Yes, Mr. Wyke.
Yes, do come in. Let me take your coat. I'll hang out for you.
Oh, thank you.
Go on, make yourself known. I see you found the entrance to the lane all right.
Yes, it was a bit obscured by the trees, but I persevered.
Oh, good. Most people go straight past it. It is so good of you to drop over.
Oh, not at all. I found your note when I got down from London this afternoon.
Excellent. I popped it through your letterbox.
What's that?
That is Jolly Jack Tar, the jovial sailor. He and I have a very good relationship. I make the jokes and he laughs, you see. Now then, can I get you a drink? Scotch, gin, vodka.
Scotch.
And how do you take it? Soda? Want your ice?
Just ice. What's this?
Oh, that's a game.
Child's game.
It is anything but childish, I can assure you. I've been studying it for weeks now, and I'm still only a novice. It's called Sonat, played by the ancient Egyptians. It's an early blocking game, not unlike our own man Morris. Would you mind putting that back when you found it? It's taken me some time to get it there. 3 up from the black line.
Sorry.
Well then, how are you settling into Laundry Cottage?
Very well.
Using it for weekends, that sort of thing.
Yes, that sort of thing.
It's a charming little place, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Astonishing success, and I do hope you'll be very happy there. Oh, do come and sit down. Oh, pardon the mess. I've just finished the denouement of my new book, The Body on the Tennis Court. Tell me, would you agree that the detective story is the normal recreation for noble minds?
Who said that?
I'm quoting Philip Goddard, a biographer of the 30s. The golden age when every cabinet minister had a thriller by his bedside, and all the detectives were titled. Before your time, I expect.
Perhaps it would have been true to say that noble minds were the normal recreation of detective story writers.
Yes, indeed. And why not? Even in these squalid times, I set my own work amongst the gentry, and a great many people seem to enjoy it, in spite of the welfare state.
Surprised they haven't done any of your stuff on television.
Television? Oh, God forbid.
Well, they're always doing crime stories.
What, you mean those ghastly things where the police all race around in cars and call the suspects chummy?
Yes, that's the kind of thing.
No, that is not my line of country at all. That is detective fact, not detective fiction.
And of course, as such, is of much less interest to noble minds.
Yes, you have put it in a nutshell, my dear Milo. If I may so address you.
Of course.
Well, thank you. We need to be friendly. Now, do sit down. Let me freshen your drink. I'm one up on you. That's the way. I understand you want to marry my wife. You'll forgive me raising that, but as Marguerite is away for a few days, she's up in the north, staying with relatives.
Is she?
Oh, yes. So I thought it an appropriate moment to have a little chat.
Yes.
Well, is it true?
Well, yes, with your permission.
Oh, yes, of course. Zap, put Zap behind your necktie.
Cheers.
Prost. Oh, yes, I'm glad you're not like so many young fellows these days. They seem to think they can do anything they like without asking anyone's permission.
Oh, certainly not.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure you won't have any objections then if I ask you a few questions about your parents and so on.
My mother came from Hereford. She was a farmer's daughter. She died some years ago. My father is an Italian who came to this country in the 30s.
Jewish.
Ah. On his mother's side, well, that for the fascists was the important side. The male they felt didn't transmit the disease so virulently.
Dreadful.
Well, I'm not at all religious myself, mind you. I'm an agnostic.
You have no need to explain yourself to me, dear boy. We're all liberals around here, I hope. Why, I have absolutely nothing against Jews or even half-Jews. Why, some of my best friends are half-Jews. Mind you, I take it you'll have no objections to any children you and Marguerite may have being raised Church of England.
Oh, none whatsoever, if that's what Marguerite wants.
You haven't discussed it yet, then?
Not yet. It doesn't seem to have cropped up.
Well, I suppose that's something of a relief. Mind, if you take my advice, you'll opt for C of E. So much simpler. A couple of hours on Christmas Eve and Good Friday, and you've seen the whole thing off quite nicely. And throw in Remembrance Sunday, and they award you the Distinguished Christian Medal.
It's the same with a lot of Jews. My father used to say that you only speak to your really old friends 2 or 3 times a year. So why should God be angry if he gets the same treatment?
Most amusing, huh? Your father, was his name Tindle? It doesn't sound very Italian.
His name was Tindle. But if you had a name like that in England in those days, you had to make it the ice cream. He was a watchmaker, so he changed it.
Was he a successful man?
God, no. His business failed. He went back to Italy. I see him from time to time. Get a little son of skiing, depending on the course of season. Send him some money.
Oh, come on now. Let's talk about you. What is it, you do for a living?
Don't you know? I'm in the travel business. I have my own agency in South London.
Tindle's Travels, eh? What fun. And tell me, Milo, where do you live? Above, behind, or below the office?
I live above the office.
In South London?
Yes, I rent the whole house. It's attractive and it's convenient. It's Georgian.
Oh, I'm sure it's perfectly delightful. But I doubt whether an 18th century architectural gem was quite the same magic to Marguerite as it does to you.
She adores old houses. She can't wait to live there.
I thought she was already living there. At least for a couple of nights a week. Not mistaken, am I? And surely the motivation for your taking the college down here was to increase the incidence of this bi-weekly coupling?
I came to be near the woman I love. It is a great pain for us to be apart. You wouldn't understand.
Possibly not. But I do understand that Marguerite does not adore old houses. Well, she's lived here quite a time, and between them both, the rising damp and the Death Watch beetle have put the boot into her, good and proper. Why, these days she's only to look at a mullioned window and she breaks out in lumps.
Perhaps it wasn't so much the house as the person she had to share it with.
Now, I thought you were a well-brought-up boy. Surely you know it's very rude to make personal remarks.
I'm sorry, you were disparaging my lover.
On the contrary, I was reminiscing about my wife.
Yes, well, it all comes to the same thing, doesn't it?
Things usually do. But I will wager that if within a year's time, it will be you who will be doing the disparaging, and I who will be doing the rhapsodizing, having quite forgotten how intolerably tiresome, vain, spendthrift, self-indulgent, and generally bloody crafty she really is.
If you don't love Marguerite, you don't have to abuse her.
My dear boy, if I choose to say that my wife converses like a child of 6 and makes love like the abominable snowman, I shall.
Fine, good evening.
I certainly don't need her love of permission to do so either. In fact, the only thing I need to know from you is can you afford to take her off my hands? Afford to keep her in the style to which she was not accustomed before she met me, but now is.
She won't need all of this once we're married. It'll be a different life, a life of love and simplicity. All right, sneer at that. It's almost a national sport in this country, sneering at love.
My dear boy, I don't have to sneer at it. I simply don't believe you. For Marguerite, love is the fawning of a willing lapdog and the simplicity of a square-cut, 24-carat diamond.
I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm sure with a little more effort you could find a much more appreciative audience.
Oh, now, Milo, you disappoint me, bridling like that.
I wasn't bridling, I was protesting.
It looked like a good old-fashioned Hetty Lamont bridle to me.
Who?
Very good. Very good. Oh, come on, dear boy. Let's talk about something that comes desperately to both of us.
Marguerite.
Money. Have you got any?
Well, I'm not a millionaire. Got a broker lease on the house and some capital equipment. The turnover in the business has been increasing every month this year. By this time next year...
Yes, this year, next year, sometime never. The fact of the matter is that at present, you're broke.
I'll survive.
Oh, of course you will, no question of it. But surely mere survival is not the point. Presumably, when you're married to Marguerite, you want a little place in the sun, a fast car, and a couple of mistresses.
Why, presumably? Just because you need those things?
Oh, of course I do, dear boy. And so does every right-thinking, insecure, deceitful man. The only question is, how to get them.
You sure you do all right?
Oh, me, no. Just this fading old mansion, the oldest, slowest Rolls-Royce in Wiltshire. And only one mistress, I'm afraid.
Oh, Taya, that Finnish girl who runs the son of ours down in Swindon.
Oh, so you know about her, do you?
Marguerite and I have no secrets from one another.
Not even mine, it seems. Taya is a Corellian goddess. Her mother was Ilma, supreme divinity of the air. Her father, Jumala, the great creator. Her golden hair smells of pine, and her cobalt eyes are the secret forest pools of Finlandia.
Funny, I hear she's a scrub blonde with all the sex appeal of chilled Lysol.
There are those who believe that cleanliness is next to sexiness. Take it from me, Taya is an engaging little trollop, and she suits me mightily. Mind you, she takes a bit of keeping up with. It's a good job I'm something of an Olympic sexual athlete.
Well, I suppose these days you're concentrating more on the sprints than the long-distance stuff.
Not so, dear boy. I'm in a painting condition. I could copulate for England at any distance.
Well, they do say in Olympic circles that the point is to take part rather than to win, so I suppose there's hope for us all. Are you going to marry her?
Marry a goddess? No, I wouldn't presume. I might get turned into a birch tree or something. No. I simply want to live with her.
Well, what's stopping you then?
Basically, the firm of Puritan Pride, whom you and Marguerite have seen fit to employ. Oh, don't look so damned innocent. You know that pair of nicotine-stained detectives who've been camping outside Taya's flat all week?
So you spotted me.
Oh, a banter with glaucoma couldn't have missed them. No one can sit for 4 hours reading the evening news in a Messerschmitt bubble car and hope to remain undetected.
Sorry about that. It was Marguerite's idea.
Whose else's? Who paid?
I did.
I wonder you could afford it.
It was an insurance policy against you changing your mind about divorcing Marguerite.
Let us have no misunderstandings. I have absolutely nothing against you marrying Marguerite. In fact, nothing would make me happier than to see the two of you tucked up together. But it has got to be a fixture. I want to lose the dear girl for life, not just for a Tindle 2-week tour economy class. You think you know her. Yes, I know you think you do, but you don't. If you fail her, by which I mean cancelling the account at Harriet's or depriving her of winter in Jamaica, she'll be back to me in a jiffy mewing this report. And guilty wife or no, she may be entitled to get it.
No, don't be so bloody pathetic, winter in Jamaica. I'm not going to take it from winter in Jamaica. You're worrying unnecessarily. Once Marguerite is married to me, she'll never think about returning to you. Never. And don't you worry about me being able to take care of her either.
Oh, good. Been mending her ways, has she? No more flying off to Paris for the weekend. No more champagne suppers.
So she's used to luxury. Whose fault is that?
It's not a fault if you can afford it. But can you? Tell me, Milo, how much has this brief liaison cost you so far? £500? Or more? 800? 1,000? And that father of yours in Italy, when did you last send him any money? Now you see why I'm concerned. I tell you, Milo, she will ruin you. In 2 years' time, you will be, to coin a phrase, a used gourd. And what's more, a used gourd with a sizable overdraft.
We've often talked about money.
And she seems to take no notice.
No.
A silvery laugh, a coquettish turn of the head.
Something like that.
Yes, my point exactly. Oh, don't despair, dear boys. For this reason, I've invited you over here this evening. This, as they say, is where the plot thickens.
Ah. What plot? Oh.
Come on, enough of this.
Thank you.
Once upon a time, there lived an Englishman by the name of Andrew Wyke, who, in common with most of his countrymen, was virtually castrated by taxation. To avoid total emasculation, his accountants advised him, shortly before the last devaluation, to put the bulk of his money, some £135,000, into jewellery. His wife, of course, was delighted.
So you made her a president?
Oh, no. Nothing of the sort. The jewellery is all mine, as well Marguerite knows. But we figured she might as well wear it as banket. After all, it's fully insured.
Ah, I see what you mean by the plot thickening. It usually does once insurance is mentioned.
I'm glad you follow me so readily. I want you to steal that jewellery.
What?
Oh, tonight for choice. Marguerite is away. It's an admirable opportunity.
You must be joking.
You would know it if I were.
What about the servants?
Mr. and Mrs. Hawkins! Oh, no. I sent them off to the beach with their shovels and pails. They shan't be back till Sunday night. So you see, the house is empty.
I see.
Come on, what do you say?
Sounds criminal.
Oh, of course it's criminal. All good money-making schemes in England have got to be these days. The jewellery, when it's not in the bank, resides in the safe in the base of the stairwell there. Go on, have a look. It's there now. All you have to do is steal the jewellery and sell it abroad and live happily ever after with Marguerite. All I have to do is collect the insurance money and live happily ever after with Tara. Well, at least in my case, not ever after, but at least until I tire of a diet based principally on the elk.
Is that what you asked me over to hear? Scummy little plot to defraud the insurance company?
I'm sorry you find it scummy. I thought it all perfectly clear and simple.
Perfectly obvious and clearly unworkable. Supposing I do as you say and steal the jewellery. If I sell it under my own name, the minute you report the loss, I'll be picked up by the police. And if I sell them to a fence, even supposing I could find a fence, I'd only get a fraction of their real value.
Not with the fences I know.
Oh, what fences would you know?
I know some of the finest fences in Europe. Prudent yet prodigal. I met them all some years ago while researching the deadly affair of the Druce Diamond.
Never read it.
You never read it. You missed an absolute core. It's sold over 100,000 copies. Milo, I must confess that on your behalf, I have already contacted a friend of mine in Amsterdam. He'll treat you very generously. You won't get the full value of the jewels, but you will get about 2/3. Say £90,000. And you'll get it in cash.
Why should this gentleman be so generous?
Because he will have the one thing that fences never have. Title to the jewels. In addition to stealing the jewelry, I will see to it that you see the receipts I got for it. Now, what happens when my insurance company swings ponderously into action, antenna pulsing with suspicion? They learn that a man impersonating Andrew Wyke sold the jewels for £90,000 cash. They've still got to pay me. Hard cheese. Oh, think it over, Milo. It's quite a lot to think about. Take your time. No hurry. No hurry in the world.
Look, I know this sounds stupid, but have you had any experience? I mean, have you ever actually committed a crime before?
Only in the mind's eye, so to speak, for the purpose of my novels. St. John Lord Meridew would have precious little to do if I gave him no crime to solve, now would he?
Meridew,
St. John Lord Meridew, known to millions all over the civilized world. An ambulatory turnport with a face of Father Christmas. That's how I describe him. A classical scholar with a taste for good pipes and bad puns, with a nose for smelling out people superior to anything in the false.
Oh, yes. Police are really stupid in your kind of detective stories, aren't they? But that is detective fiction, this is fact.
My dear boy, I'm well aware of the difference. I am also aware that insurance investigators have noses as sharp as razors. And that is why, as Queen Victoria said to Lord Melbourne on the occasion of her coronation, everything has got to be done kosher.
I'm just saying there's a difference between writing and real life, that's all. There's another thing. How do I know this is one big frame-up?
Frame-up?
Yes, in reality, you hate my association with your wife and would give 5 years of Olympic sexual athleticism to see me in jail. Meanwhile, to clear the house and an anonymous phone
Be trapped with Marguerite for another bickering eternity. Body stocking on the breakfast tray, false eyelashes in the wash basin, the oils, the unguents, and that incessant vapid yak. Oh, good God. I don't know. I suppose I could shop you off to the police. It's for you to decide.
It's not so simple.
You have an expensive woman and no money. It seems to me that if you want to keep Marguerite, there's only one thing for you to do. Steal those jewels.
Why don't you steal them and simply hand them over to me?
Oh, surely that's obvious. The burglary has got to be a real one. This house has got to be broken into.
Why don't you break into it then?
It's a question of agility, for one thing. Hey, Milo, baby, do me a favor, will you? Crime is my specialty. Leave this to me, huh? I got a great plan. I got it worked out to the last detail. You're the star, kid. I'm only the producer.
£90,000.
Oh, come on, courage, man. Say it out loud. £90,000, tax-free in cash.
I'll do it. All right, where shall I break in?
Oh, wait just a minute. Come back here. First, there's the matter of your disguise to consider.
Disguise? What do I need to be disguised for?
Oh, well, what if someone saw you breaking in?
Here in the middle of nowhere. I couldn't even find this place on the bloody map.
I don't know. A dallying couple, a passing sheep rapist. And think of it, Milo. Think of the clues we're to leave for the police and the insurance company. No, I absolutely insist. You must be disguised.
All right, what do you suggest?
Well, I've plenty to suggest, but... No, come on. Above all, we don't want the flower beds to carry your footprints or a button from your jacket to be snagged on the windowsill. So off you go for a start. Now, as Marguerite has assuredly told you in years gone by, why we were always dressing up, what with amateur dramatics and costume balls, where there was virtually no end to concealment of identity.
She's never mentioned it.
No. Well, it was all some years ago. Let's see what we've got. Item. A black mask, a flat cap, and a bag marked swag.
Why not the neon sign with burglar on it?
Fashions have changed, you know.
Not as much as old hat.
Oh, what about this then? It's an absolute beauty if your mind runs towards things ecclesiastical, as I'm sure it must. What about Brother Lightfingers?
For God's sake, Andrew.
Oh, come on, Milo. Let's make this a gothic folly. Perhaps we shall never know the identity of the cowled figure seen lurking about the grounds of the manor house on the night of the terrible murder. For even to this day, the locals claim to hear the hideous screams of the murder victim, echoing about the chimney pots. Murder! Murder! Murder!
No, it's a simple robbery we're planning, that's all.
I'm sorry. I must have gone carried away. It's a good job you stopped me. I'm not sure I wasn't going to add a crucified countess entombed in her bedchamber guarded by a man-eating sparrowhawk.
Look, Andrew, stop mucking about. You'll probably think this is all one great big game, but it's my freedom you're playing with.
My dear boy, I'm simply trying to inject a little romance into modern crime, and incidentally into your life.
Marguerite will bring all the romance into my life I need. Thank you all the same.
Ah! Marguerite romantic! Marguerite we couldn't have done Johann Strauss to waltz. What about this then? Ku Klux Klan invades country home. Fiery cross burns on Salisbury Plain, police baffled.
Trifle conspicuous for what cheer, wouldn't you say?
Yes, I must confess you have a point there.
Look, Andrew, haven't you just got an old raincoat, a pair of sneakers, and a sock I can pull over my head?
Old pair of sneakers and a sock! How dreary! That is the problem with modern crime. No imagination. Tell me, Milo, do you find anything at all romantic about a truckload of pork sausages being swiped on the Manchester bypass?
Not particularly.
Or that an 85-year-old night watchman got a silly old interfering skull beat in with a lead pipe?
Of course not.
Well, come on then! Let's give our crime a true sparkle of the 30s. A little aristocratic amateur quirkiness. Where's all that great material going to waste? Well, think of it, there's the ice dagger, the poison that leaves no traces, the monogrammed cigarette butt stubbed out in the ashtray, charred violet notepaper in the hearth, Duesenberg tire tracks on the driveway, sinister orientals, also, the hand clutching from behind the curtain, twin brothers from Australia. Why the cobra are there, Blue? Where were you on the night of the 13th? I didn't do it, expect I tell you, I'm innocent! Well, that's the romance of crime. Surely you can't resist the opportunity to give your lifelong arch enemy Inspector Plotter of the Yard a run for his money.
Inspector Plotter,
Milo, I tell you, we are on the brink of a great crime, a masterpiece of ingenuity. And you are the star. You are the who, what, done it. Surely you can't resist that.
Not fancy that.
Since Monsieur Beaucard comes to life. Oh, what about this then? Little Bo Peep?
No.
Why not?
Haven't got the figure for it.
Oh, you're so choosy, aren't you? Well, there's not a lot left. We'll have to settle for Joey.
That's the best!
Oh, can't you just see it all now? The sawdust ring, the tinsel, the glitter. And think of it, Milo. All the kiddies love you.
Right then.
Well, give me your jacket, I'll hang it up for you. Above all, we don't want the police to find any of the fibers of this lovely material. Oh, your shirt and trousers, too. What? Oh, yes. You know how clever they are in those laboratories of theirs. Run no risk, I always say. Oh, come on. Don't be bashful. You're among friends here. That's it. Into your smalls. Oh, don't I know? Well brought up boy, I see one. Builds his pants at night. Nice, sir. You rang, sir?
No shirt and tie.
Oh, yes, sir. Been impressed, sir.
You want the shoes too?
Oh, yes, sir. Polished in the morning, sir. Thank you, sir. Good night, sir. Give a clown your finger and take no hand.
What was that?
Just an old English proverb I was thinking of.
Si la uva infarina inciarina, icco bello.
Bravissimo. Now, hang on. I'll tie this up. There you go. Now, don't forget your boots. Hey, sting on these in Italy. The clown is such a happy chap. His nose is painted red. His pants as baggy as can be. A topper on his head. He sings and juggles round the circus ring and dances for his breath. Well, then comes the day he tries a trick and drops down. Oh, come on, Milo, do us a trick.
What sort of trick?
Oh, I don't know. Something to make me laugh. Why don't you trip up and fall on your eyes?
Certainly not. I don't think it's a very funny idea.
I think it's hysterical. Well, what about a bit of juggling then? Ladies and gentlemen, introducing for the first time in this country, the world-famous Tindle. Are you? Are you?
His name is his nose is a topper on his.
Dreadful. Never mind then. Come on, upsy-daisy. Oh. Remember the first rule of the circus. If at first you don't succeed...
Give up. Can we get on with the charade, please?
Oh, yes, yours to command. Let's go over the tools of your trade. Do you know what this is?
A glass cutter.
That's for breaking in with. And piece of pudding. That's for holding the cut pane of glass so it doesn't clatter to the floor and awaken the ravenous Doberman you think lurks inside.
Okay.
And a stethoscope.
Stethoscope.
safe breakers for the use of. The theory is that you tried listening to the tumblers, failed, and then resorted to dynamite.
Dynamite, I don't know anything about dynamite.
Oh, yes, well, I do. Leave it to me. That's for the practical side. Now for the poetic. What clue to leave to the police, the insurance company? I know. What about an old program of Barnum and Bailey that impaled on a splinter of glass?
Why not take a full-page ad out in the Times and tell them all what we're going to do?
I'm simply trying to lighten Inspector Plotter's day, but if you don't like the idea...
Inspector Plotter, there is no such animal as Inspector Plotter outside of one of your detective stories. It'll be Inspector Earlybird, a detective no stone unturned. You can bet your bottom dollar on that, and this costume is ridiculous. I can barely move in these boots.
Don't take them off. Can't you all see the headlines now, Milo? Wiltshire in a ferment, West Country paralyzed, where will Big Boot strike next?
Right in the horses, where?
Seriously. All those boots will tell the police is that a real professional realized the flower beds would carry his footprints and decided to disguise his own a little eccentrically. Now, come on. Let's make sure you've got everything. Stethoscope, pudding, glass cutter, the top hat. I absolutely insist you cannot break into my house improperly dressed. Oh, Milo, it's magnificent. Oh, yes, wait, very important. The ladder. Right. Go out the front door and across the lawn. In the corner is a shed. In the shed is a ladder. Carry the ladder over here and set it up against that window, and you'll break in on the gallery.
Second floor? You didn't tell me I could break in on the second floor. Will you come over the ladder steady for me?
I don't think we want my footprints in the flower beds.
Right then, leave it to me.
Milo! Good luck, partner. Don't be so like in catch right. Puss. Do you hear a noise, Puss? Is that a step on the stairs? No, it's just the wind. You mustn't pay any attention to me, Puss. Not your silly old mistress. I'm just a silly old woman who's afraid of her own shadow. What was that, Puss? Someone prowling about in the garden? We're all going to be murdered in our beds. No. It's just my fancies. The front door is locked and the window is too high. No, we're perfectly safe in our snug little home. May I ask what the hell you're doing up there?
I dropped the glass.
It sounded more like the fall of the Bastille.
Still got the pudding though.
Oh, that's my brave boy. You can put that down any way you like.
Oh. Lose this in an instant. Now, stay. But the jewels.
Wait! You're not supposed to know where they are. Come on, back up. You have to make a mess. You have burglars leave up place. Now look through there. There's the bedroom. Go in, turn on the lights, throw some clothes about. Marguerite's for choice. You call that a mess? I didn't say pack it, I said grab it, Joe. Oh, come on, into the wardrobe next. Hey, stay on, those are my clothes.
Oh, don't be thorough. Be suspicious if the bag is full of the play favorites.
It's a martyrdom. Go on, crack in there. Get cracking on that chest of drawers.
It's locked.
I know it's locked. Use your Jimmy on it.
I haven't got you, Jimmy. Didn't give me one, remember?
Oh, well, we'll just have to go and get you one, won't we? I swear, my dear, you are the wettest, soppiest night intruder I've ever come across. Oh, don't look so hurt and wounded. Actually, I rather like you. I can't think what Marguerite sees in you.
The sympathy and kindness of a kindred spirit, actually.
Ha! That's rather like a Bengali tiger bedding down with Bambi.
Oh, well, the downside happier than you are with your frozen ice cream, that's for sure.
You're just more serious about it, that's all.
Okay, you've got to be serious if you want to be in love.
You've got to be serious about crime if you want to afford to be in love. Now get cracking on that chest of drawers.
Hey! Look what I opened! There's a tin of chocolates in here, would you leave it?
Never been had. Oh, never mind. Come on down.
This is very funny, Andrew.
Now watch that flex cord. Don't want you to blow us all up. Come on down here. That's it. Stand by for countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, contact. Oh, go on, burn yourself. It's worth it. You've got gloves on. I don't want the household that counts.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
What are you doing? It's a jewel box, not a maracas.
Oh, I thought it might have been a secret catch. It's locked, you see.
Well, smash it open. Jesus, you've got all the killer instincts of a 20-year-old poodle.
Such a pretty box, it seems such a waste. Dear God.
Ah, Moses looks upon the promised land.
They're beautiful. The sapphire necklace.
Do you know where we got that? On our honeymoon. In Cairo, of all places.
It's fantastic.
It's not bad.
Like my father to be here now.
Oh, I'll bet you would.
Oh, a bugger. Never knew what it was all about. Sitting there hunched over his Mickey Mouse watches, squinting his eyesight away like a little old yeoman for what? To give me an education at a second-rate English private school because he thought he owed it to me and to the brave new Anglo-Saxon world he had adopted. Poor old bugger.
Oh, come on, then. Put them away. I'll get you the receipts in a minute. We'd better have a little light on this. Now then, Milo, we embark on phase 2 of the operation. This is the fun bit. It's the part where the householder, wrenched from his dreams by the sound of the explosion, comes down to investigate. In the resulting struggle, the house is sacked.
Why is it necessary for you to surprise me at all?
Well, I can always describe you to the police as I've seen you in close wrongly. Excuse me, sir. Did you see the intruder's face? Oh, yes, I did, Inspector. It was the face of a demented gorilla. For 10 minutes we fought his hot breath in my face, his eyes like glowing coals.
I see, I see. So how much sacking do you want done?
Oh, a fair bit, I think. A few chairs over end, a few priceless ornaments put to the sword. You know, convincing, but not Carthaginian. You call that convincing? Oh, come on. Let the encyclopedias fly like leaves. Let the contents of the drawers be strewn to the four winds. No, not my manuscript, no. Well, we'll leave that to the secretary to sort out tomorrow. Oh, I always hated this horrible little figurine. I can't think why Margaret is so devoted to it. Ow, what accident will lend itself to artifice? Ooh. Oh.
Oh, there, you're bigger than I am.
Oh, come on. Ooh.
Right, that hurt.
Oh, never mind, Tindle. Back into the ring. Well, this fight is fixed. It's about here that I take a dive. This is the part where you lay the householder out cold. Oh, yes, I thought you'd like this bit.
What shall I use?
Not the telephone. Good God. The poker. I'll use the poker in original commodity. Milo, don't let your enthusiasm run away with you. We are talking about this murder weapon. We are instead referring to an instrument whereby I receive in the classic formula a glancing blow to the head, which renders me temporarily unconscious. I suppose we Do better to concentrate on some instrument which will raise the bump without actually cracking the cranium.
How about if I stand here just tacky until we raise the bump we want?
Well, frankly, I'm rather off the whole idea now I've seen you in action. I know, let's see, what were those fathers of the scientific detective story come up with? R. Austin Reeves and George Smith. There was something like this in The Red Thumb Mark, 1907. No, it was The Silent Bullet, 1912.
What about a bee sting projected into the scalp through a blowpipe?
Milo, that is sheer genius. But do you know where you can lay your hands on a bee at short notice? Never mind, then you're trying. I know. You could always tie me up and gag me, leave me to be found by the cleaning woman in the morning.
Look, Mr. Wyke, what are you doing sitting there all trussed up like a turkey cock?
Well,
I know. You're working on one of them creepy novels of yours again, aren't you? Well, never you mind me. I'll just get on me dusting.
How am I supposed to tie you up if I don't knock you down first?
that is a good point. Why no? You always hold a gun on me.
No.
Why not?
We professional burglars don't like firearms very much.
Yes, because you're a rank amateur. You can always overcome your scruples. What about this then? Don't you think it's wicked-looking blue barrel is just the job?
Nothing loaded.
Well, of course it is. It wouldn't be much good otherwise. And I think it should go off a couple of times in the fight.
God's sake, why?
It would lend credence to my story of you holding a gun on me. Hearing a noise and fearing birds, I came downstairs and took the gun from my desk. I tiptoed in here. That's when you tackled me. Being the free-cat old householder, and I brutish you to take possession of it. There, you see you have it. And that's when you tied and gagged me up.
I suppose so.
Uninventive, but believable. The only question is, what to sacrifice? I know, what about that gaudy Swansea puzzle jar? The ridiculously clever trick is that when you hold it up, the liquid falls out a hole in the back instead of the spout.
Bit obvious, really.
Obvious and ugly! Let us expose it for its shortcomings. Still, the attractive creme brulee colouring lends a solidity to the room I should miss. I know, what about that giant Staffordshire mug with the inscription on it? What does the beastly say?
In the real covenant of friendship, everyone said to his neighbor good cheer and help his brother.
Oh, proletarian pomposity. You might say good shot.
Good shot.
Oh, it was nothing. Now, down with all deviationist reactionary Dresden shepherdesses. Bravo! Ooh, I see what jolly fun this is. Tell me, did you ever hear of Charlie Begbie?
I don't think so.
Oh, the greatest shot I ever saw. I once saw him like 6 ducks with 1 shot.
No.
I tell you it's true. The only problem is he was blind drunk at the time, and there were porcelain ducks on his auntie's living room wall. And I said, but Charlie, you can't do that. It's the closed season. The worse the joke, the more he laughs. It's not really all that funny. Well, there's an open season all year round on some creatures. Seducers and wife-stealers, for example.
Oh, we need to tie it up for us, surely.
Oh, you should know. It is the land of your origin.
No, I'm English. I was born here in England.
England! Cradle of the parliamentary system. Whose screws my wife merits a large Scotch and soda England.
Sense of humour, fair trial, England, I mean.
That's the way a foreigner talks. Deep in their hearts, they're really thinking filthy, wet country. Ugly, cold, red men who don't know how to treat a woman.
What's brought all this on? What are you doing with that gun?
Quite obviously pointing it at you.
Why?
Because I'm going to kill you.
You're going to kill. I suppose this is another game.
Oh, yes. We've been playing it all evening. It's called You're Going to Die. No one will suspect murder.
You must be joking.
Can you find a flaw in it?
Marguerite. They'll trace the connection between me and Marguerite. They'll know that's why you did it.
I have every right to tackle a man in a mask burgling my home in the middle of the night. The law will have every sympathy with me. For property has always been more highly regarded in England than people. And Marguerite will simply think you were an adventurer, a petty sneak thief who found largely less burdensome than marriage. You really are a dead duck. Not a single moral or romantic attitude left.
I believe you're serious.
I'm not afraid of killing you if that's what you mean.
You must be. Not really afraid for your soul.
I thought Jews didn't believe in hell.
We believe in not playing games with life.
Wit! In the face of adversity, you have learned something from the English Milo. Well, here's your chance to learn something else. A sporting chance. Go on, why don't you make a run for it?
Give you the chance to shoot me down in cold blood?
In hot blood, you mean? I'm going to shoot you down in cold blood anyway.
Look. Stop pointing that gun at me. I hate guns. Please, this is sick.
You should be honored by the honor I'm doing you. To make your death the centerpiece of an arranged bit of fun. In other words, your demise will recreate a noble mind.
This is where I came in.
Yes, and it is where you go out as well, I'm afraid. The only question is where to find the body. Draped over the desk like countless candles and countless studies, or propped up in the log basket like a rag doll. Tell me, Milo, which would you prefer? Early Agatha Christie or vintage SS Van Dyne?
Christ's sakes, Andrew. You're talking of killing a real man, of doing a real murder. Don't you understand?
Perhaps I shouldn't use a gun at all. Perhaps I should shove the hand knife into him and leave his body face down on the floor, his blood staining the flagstone a deep carmine.
Oh, God.
Oh, what about a real 30 murders weapon? The mashing inlet. I've got one right here. My dear old mashing inlet. You'd be found somewhere here, I think, in a feral mess. The body lay on its back, its limbs grotesquely splayed like a broken puppet, its head pulped in as if by some superhuman force. My God, said the inspector, turning pale. Thompson, you better bring a tarpaulin in here. Excuse me, sir, but was all this violence strictly necessary? Oh, yes, Inspector. It was when I saw him handling my wife's night dresses, I must have completely lost control. That's all right, sir. No need to explain to me. Don't upset yourself unduly. No, I don't like it. It's cheap. I think the scene the police will find is simply this. After the fight, you race towards the stairs to gain your ladder. I chased after you and caught you on the landing, and then I shot you. Oh, nothing succeeds like simplicity. Don't you agree, Milo? Go on up. Did you know that on the morning of his execution, King Charles I wore 2 shirts? If I tremble with cold, he said, they will say it was from fear. I shan't leave myself open to such reproaches. You too, Milo Tindle, must attempt some dignity as you mount the steps to the scaffold. Why, Andrew? Now stop sniveling! Surely you can't think you'll gain you any mercy. I must know why. I'm amazed you have to ask. But since you do, I'll tell you. I hate you. I hate your smarmy, good-looking Latin face and your easy man. I'll bet you're easy in a ski lodge, and easy on a yacht, and easy on a beach. I'll bet you a pound to a penny that you wear a gold chain around your neck, and then in the summertime your hairy chest is matted with sun oil. I hate you because you are a mock-humble, jewel-shot, cuffling sponger, a well Milo's for a seducer of silly women, and a king among marshmallow snakes. I hate you because you are a creeping ponce, a what? A yank, and not what I mean. Come on, little man. Did you really think I'd surrender my wife and jewels to you? Did I make myself look that ridiculous? Oh, you're not in love with her. She's mine, and I love her a lot. I found her. I have kept her. And once, she was in love with me.
Now she's in love with me. The dog in the manger won't let her go. The mad dog in the manger should be put down for everyone's sake.
And you are a man just as a clown about to be murdered. Put the mask on, Milo.
No,
Put it on! Excellent. Now, farewell, Punchinello. Game and set, I think. Where the devil are you? What? You're a foreman. You should have checked the times of the trains before you left. You know how dependent I am on you and Mrs. H. The Rolls is in a filthy mess. It needs a washing, and I've had to get my own supper for the third night running. Oh, that's jolly fun, but man cannot live by pate alone. All right, then. First thing in the morning. All right. First thing. Right. Bye. Well, come in. Always pleased to see the police.
I'll say the same about Anthony one's son. Most people seem to have what you might call an allergy to us.
Can I get your brandy, Inspector Odd? Don't you drink on duty?
Oh, yes, sir. I always drink on duty. Kept the port crew on my own time.
Tell me, Inspector, what can I do for the police?
Investigate a disappearance, sir.
Disappearance?
Yes, sir, of a Mr. Milo Tindle. Do you know this gentleman, sir?
Yes, that's the chap who's taken Roderick Cottage, isn't it?
That's right, son. He walked out the Monterey Cottage on Friday night and hasn't been seen since.
Good Lord.
Do you know this gentleman well, sir?
Oh, vaguely. He's come around the house once or twice. How can I help?
When was the last time you saw Mr. Tindle, sir?
Oh, it was months ago. As I say, he wasn't at all a close friend, rather more an acquaintance.
Really, sir? Well, that doesn't quite accord with our information. In fact, he told Jack Benton, the barman of the White Lion, he was coming to see you 2 nights ago.
Barmen are notorious opponents of exactitude, Inspector. Venus gossip is their stock and trade. In particular, I've always found that Jack Ben's observations need constant correction.
Really, sir? Perhaps you wouldn't mind correcting something else for me then.
What's that?
The impression gained by a man who happened to be passing your house 2 nights ago. That fierce struggle was taking place in here.
Does it look like it?
Shots were fired.
Shots?
3 on them, please.
A car backfired.
No, sir. These were shots from a gun. Our man is positive.
May I ask, Inspector, why it's taken you 2 days to come to me with all this?
Well, we'd like to be certain of our facts before troubling a gentleman such as yourself.
Facts? What facts?
After our informant reported the incident, we did a spot of checking in the village. And as I say, Mr. Ben was very helpful.
There's an upright citizen there.
Oh, quite true, sir.
Why, if they're more like him, I suppose.
He told us that Mr. Tindle had popped into the pub on Friday evening for a quick one and then was on his way up to see you. Well, what with Mr. Tindle being a newcomer to these parts and all, we thought we'd better have a word with him and see if he could throw any light on this subject. But as I previously indicated, Mr. Tindle seems to have disappeared, sir.
Yes, but what's that got to do with me?
He wasn't at his cottage. All of Saturday nor all today. We must have phoned a half-dozen times.
Oh, excellent, Inspector. Mary would be proud of him. Now, if that's all you have to say.
Inside Mr. Tindle's apartment, and it surely come to no harm. We found this note, sir. Urgent, we talk. Mickey, Friday night, 8 o'clock, White. Is that your handwriting, sir?
Yes, yes, it is. Thank you very much.
Then Mr. Tindle was here, sir.
Yes, the potman spoke soon.
Perhaps you wouldn't mind answering my original question now, sir.
What's that?
Was there a struggle here on Friday night?
In a matter of speaking, yes, it was a game we were playing.
A game? What kind of game?
That's, rather difficult to describe. It's called burglary.
Please don't joke, sir.
Isn't it about time you told me I don't realize the seriousness of my own position, Inspector?
Man comes here. There is a fight. Not her. He disappears. What do you make of that?
Oh, an open and shut case, but things are not always as they appear, Inspector. In my last novel, for example, Lord Meredith proved by a phonetic misspelling the apparent forgery of a document written by a deaf mute.
I'm waiting for an explanation.
Tindle arrived at 8 o'clock and left an hour and a half later. I have not seen him since.
And nor has anyone else, sir.
This is absurd. Are you suggesting that I killed Tindle?
Killed Tindle, sir? I never mentioned the word kill.
Oh, really, Inspector? You can't hope to take me with that old one. Garroted, sir? Why, I never mentioned her ladyship was garroted. Oh, surely you told me so, Inspector. No, sir. I never mentioned the word garroted.
I'm sorry you find us so comic, sir. On the whole, what we do is very necessary.
Just doing our job, I believe that's the overwhelmed phrase.
Oh, that's quite true, sir. Quite true.
Please do sit down.
Your wife and Mr. Tindle have been associating closely for some time.
Oh, so you know about that, do you? Well, I suppose it's impossible to keep anything secret in a small village.
Perfectly true, sir.
Surely not suggesting a crime passionnel, Inspector. Not over Marguerite. That's rather like knifing someone for a tablespoonful of cold rice pudding.
Very partial to rice pudding, sir. I find it a great standby.
All of you are either the means, the motive, or the opportunity, said Inspector Plodder as he thoughtfully digested another spoonful of his favourite pud. But only one of you had all three.
That's true, sir. And that person is you.
I suppose I'd better tell you what happened.
Yes.
Want a bribe to believe it?
Well, a bit more brandy.
Well, as you have correctly stated, Inspector, Tindle was having an affair with my wife. Now, I am one of that rare breed of gentlemen who honestly don't mind losing to a chap who's playing by the same rules. But to be worsted by a flash crypto-Italian lover who mistakes my boredom for impotence and my provocative energy for narcissism is simply too much. It's rather like starting every game love 30 down and the umpire against you.
So you couldn't bring yourself to accept your situation. Is that what you're saying, sir?
I think what infuriated me most were the things he said about me, and things that Marguerite repeated. And as you know, Inspector, no man likes to listen to another man's witticisms while trying to choke down his late-night Ovaltine.
What sort of things, sir?
Oh, you know, smarmy, deceitful things that any lover can say about any husband. It's all too easy for them with a captive audience groggy on rediscovered youth and penis envy. It's not really playing the game.
You seem to regard marriage as a game, sir.
Not marriage, Inspector. Sex. Sex is the game. With marriage, the penalty. Round and round each year we jog towards each futile anniversary. Pass go, collect 200 rows, 200 silences, 200 scars in the deep places. It's just as well that I don't lack for amorous adventure. Finlandia provides.
Are you trying to tell me that because of your indifference to your wife, you had no motive for killing Mr. Tindle?
I am simply saying that in common with most men, I like to have my cookie and ignore it. That's rather witty.
I must say, sir, you're very frank.
Disarmingly so, I hope.
Go on, sir.
As I say, I thought I'd teach young Master Tindle a lesson for his presumption. Oh, and as you may or may not know, Inspector, there is no quicker route to a man's heart than through humiliation. And you soon find out what it's made of.
So you invited him here and humiliated him?
I most certainly did. I invited him round here for drinks and convinced him that as Marguerite had expensive tastes and he was virtually a pauper, well, the only course of action open to him was to steal some valuable jewelry, which I have in the safe here.
And he agreed to this?
Oh, with alacrity! I convinced him to get out of his clothing and dress up as a clown, in which ludicrous disguise he broke in up there, blew open the safe, pocketed the jewels, and was about to make off when I turned nasty on him and revealed the true purpose of the evening. Well, this, of course, was that I had maneuvered him into a position where, by pretending to mistake him as a burglar, I could, as the outraged householder, legitimately shoot him. When the police arrived, I would be standing here, innocent, bewildered, and aggrieved. Well, as you know, Inspector, there's no liar in this country more likely to be believed than a terrified owner-occupier standing in front of his own fireplace, hair on end in striped Viella pajamas.
What was Mr. Tindle's reaction to all this, sir?
Oh, it was electrifying. He swallowed my story, hook, line, and sinker. He went up the stairs and fainted dead away. It was most gratifying.
Well, gratifying or not, Mr. Tindle must have been put in fear for his life. Such action invites a grave charge of assault.
That is marginally better than the charge of murder you were contemplating a few minutes ago.
Still am contemplating it, sir.
Look, I told you what happened. After a few minutes, Tindle regained his senses, realized shrewdly that he wasn't dead after all, and went off home.
Just like that.
Well, he needed a few glasses of cognac to get the moving parts working. I mean, wouldn't you?
I doubt whether I would have survived completely undamaged, sir. Find the whole thing most irresponsible.
Irresponsible, my foot! I was upholding the sanctity of marriage! That's more than most people are willing to do these days. Why, by these actions, I was clearly stating marriage is not dead. It's alive and well and living in Wiltshire.
Did Mr. Tindle say anything before he left?
No, he was quite speechless. He just lurched off.
I'm sorry you appear to find this whole thing so funny, Mr. Wyke. I can assure you we're not going to take quite the same attitude.
Look, why don't you try scenes from my point of view? Garrett the man was a thief. He was stealing my wife.
So you tortured
It
him?
was a game. A fun game, yes.
Sounds rather sad, sir, like a child growing up.
What is so sad about a child playing, eh?
Nothing, sir. If you're a child.
See here, Inspector. I have played games of such complexity that young Einstein would have been proud to participate. Games of construction, and games of destruction, games of hazard, and games of validity, or games of deductive logic, inductive logic, hypnosis, color association, mathematics, and prestidigitation. Well, I have achieved leaps of the mind and leaps of the psyche unknown in ordinary human relationships, and I have had a great deal of not wholly innocent fun.
And now you've achieved murder, sir?
Oh, no!
I believe so, sir.
No.
Would you mind if I had a look around, sir?
Oh, go right ahead. Crawl about on all fours, make yourself entirely at home. Take out our enveloped and imprisoned hairs, gather you blunt instruments while you may. I ask myself, if I were to conceal Tindle's body, where would I hide it? In the basement, too traditional. What are you doing? Making friends and influencing people. In the water tank. Oh, too poisonous. In the linen cupboard. Oh, much too aromatic. In the furnace. Ah, too residual. In the herbaceous border. Much too vociferous.
Excuse me, sir. That hole there, and this one behind this candlestick, they look like bullet holes to me.
Quite right, Inspector, so they are.
I understood you to say, sir, that you used a blank.
2 live bullets to set up the trick, 1 blank to complete it. Well, I had to convince Tindle I was in earnest. There's no point in playing a game unless you play it to the hilt, now is there?
I see, sir. One blank. Would you mind showing me what Mr. Tindle was when you killed him, sir?
Pretended to kill him, you mean?
Would you mind showing me what Mr. Tindle was when you shot him, sir?
You do realize I didn't really shoot him.
Very well, sir. Would you mind showing me what Mr. Tindle was when the blank cartridge was fired?
With the greatest of pleasure, Inspector. He was standing, I should say kneeling. Oh, cowering, here. He fainted and fell down the stairs. Flippity-floppity bang.
I see about here, you say.
No, I said nearer to me. You'll have to come down again, won't you?
Were you standing close to Mr. Tindle when you shot him?
Oh, very. I was standing over him, in fact. It was the pressure of the gun against his head combined with the sound of the explosion that did the trick. Inspector, I'd like to facilitate your work in every way.
Your blood, sir.
I'm sorry?
Here at the bottom of the banister. That's dried blood, sir.
What? Where?
Here in the ink. Don't touch it.
Don't carve your name in it.
That's dried blood, sir. And there, in the cockpit, see? There, deep in the pile. Someone's been rubbing it. Still dumb, sir. Could you explain how it got there, sir?
Well, I haven't finished. Well, the back of Tindle's head was a good bit scorched, but there wasn't any blood. You have to believe me, Inspector.
Why should I, sir?
Well, it was a game.
A game, sir? With real bullets and real blood?
Yes, Inspector, a game. Come on, look up here. You'll see the window he broke open. And if you look down in the garden, you'll see his footprints in the flower beds, a size 28 or whatever the damn things were. And if you look through here, you'll see the chest
Thank you, sir. But I don't require a conducted tour. Over the years, my eyes have been adequately trained to see things for themselves.
Yes, I'm sure they have, Inspector. I'm simply trying to point out a few facts to help substantiate my story. Or if you look over here, you'll see the safe you blew open.
What are the jewels now, sir?
I put them in the bank yesterday.
On a Saturday?
Yes, Inspector, on a Saturday. Well, I drove over to Salisbury and I put them in the night safe. Well, once it all safe here, I mean, anyone could break in and steal them.
How provident, sir.
Look, here's the costume basket.
You didn't point that mound of art out the garden, did you, sir?
Mound of that? What mound of that?
There, by the far wall in the shadow of that yew tree. Would you say they've been freshly done, sir?
Well, how should I? Yes. In fact, I fancy the gardener did say something about putting in a new flower bed.
Flower bed? Right underneath the yew tree, sir.
How the hell should I know, Inspector? You don't believe me? Why don't you ask the man yourself? I'm sure you'll find him wandering about on his moleskin knees, just aching for the opportunity to slander his employer.
Funny, sir. You always found that gardeners make excellent witnesses. They're slow. They're methodical. They're positive.
Look, I have had just about enough of the spots. If you think Tindle's body is out there, why don't you go dig the damn thing up?
Oh, we shall, sir. Don't you worry.
Look, do you really think that I would leave Tindle's body out there under that freshly turned earth that anyone could find?
If you weren't expecting us, yes. In a couple of weeks with some bulbs or some grasses, it would be difficult to tell that the soil had ever been disturbed. You see, we in the police force know just how fond murderers are of their own back gardens.
You're nearer a killer's heart in a garden than anywhere else on earth, eh?
Except in a bedroom, son. Think that you find a bedroom is still the favorite. You have a way to keep your clothes. All screwed up at the bottom of your wardrobe. Why should you do that, I wonder? Ah, you have some initials, son. MT, son. Made by Owen and Smith of Percy Street, 29 and the 4th, 1970, for Mr. Milo Tindle. Tell me, son, when Mr. Tindle lurched off, as you put it, did he lurch naked?
I'm sorry, I don't quite follow you, Inspector.
Did you tell me that Mr. Tindle had stripped off here the other night to disguise himself as a clown?
Yes, that's right. But he changed back again before he left. I mean, you can't honestly see him walking through town dressed as a clown, now can you?
No, sir, I can't. Which makes the appearance of his clothes here all the more significant.
I don't know what you're bringing up. I tell you, he changed back before he left.
I find it very difficult to believe so.
It's all so difficult.
On the contrary, sir, I think it's all very simple. I think you started this, as you say you did, as a game to play a diabolical trick on Mr. Tindle, but that it went wrong. Your third shot was not a blank as you had supposed, but was in fact a live bullet which killed Mr. Tindle stone dead, spattering his blood on the banister in the process. It was foolish of you, though, not to burn his clothes and wash the blood properly off the banister.
I'm telling you, Tindle left here alive.
I don't believe it.
I did not murder him.
I accept that. As I say, I think it happened by accident. We'll be quite content with the charge of manslaughter.
I did not kill him. He left here alive.
If you pardon the flippancy, sir, you had better tell that to the judge.
Look, there's one way to settle this. If you think Tindle's body is out there, why don't you go and dig it up?
We don't need to find him, sir. Recent decisions have relieved the prosecution of producing the corpus delicti. Mr. Tindle is not under that freshly turned up. It will merely indicate that you have panicked, you first thought to bury him there, then changed your mind and buried him somewhere else.
Where?
Oh, who knows? Spook, spinny, flatter, see if it's all the same to us. He'll turn up sooner or later, discovered by some adulterous salesman over 6 Boy Scout. And if he doesn't, it scarcely matters. There's so much circumstantial evidence against you. Now come along, son, it's time to go.
Go where? I'm not going anywhere.
I'm afraid I must insist, sir. There's a police car waiting outside.
I don't care that 20 police cars out there. I'm not going.
Now, please, sir, don't make it difficult.
I must speak to my lawyer. It's my right.
You can make the call from the station, sir. We wouldn't want to do anything unconstitutional now, would we? Come along, son. At the most you'll get is 7 years.
Shut you.
7 years, sir. Get playing silly games that go wrong.
It didn't go wrong. It was absolutely right. You trapped me somehow.
Yes, sir. You see, we realize detectives aren't as stupid as we are sometimes portrayed by mysteries or actors such as yourself. We may not have that deer stuff on cancer or pocket pipes or our open houses. But we tend to be reasonably effective for all that.
Who the hell are you?
Detective Inspector Doppler, sir. Spelled as in C. Doppler of 1803 to 1853, whose principle it was that when the source of any wave movement is approached, the frequency appears greater than it would to an observer moving away. It is also not unconnected with the German word double, meaning double. Hence, doppelganger or double image. And for those whose minds run to these things, it is virtually an anagram of the word plotter. Inspector Plotter becomes Inspector Doppler. If you see what I mean, sir.
Milo!
The same.
You shit!
Oh, just so.
You mendacious bullet thing! You knock down, drag out bastard, Milo!
Thanks.
You weasel! You cozy puppet! You malicious twit!
Obliged.
Milo, you triple dealing turd.
Oh, in your debt.
Mind you, I'm not saying it wasn't well played. It was absolutely brilliant.
Oh, thank you.
Get you a drink, fella.
Oh, let me wash first and we'll cover in makeup and spirit gum.
Second drawer down the corridor. On your right.
Oh, thank you.
Cheers.
Oh, good help.
Milo, I'm not saying it wasn't well done. You really had me going there for a minute.
Oh, for a minute?
It was a long minute, I'll concede. Still, I had my suspicions towards the end. Flashes, Heath, indeed. That was pushing it a bit, don't you think?
I was just thinking you want to be a well-known English sporting chances, that's all.
And what did you think of my performance? The anguish of an innocent man trapped by circumstantial evidence.
Oh, undignified. It really was just a performance.
Well, of course it was a performance, and it had to be undignified to be convincing. Well, after all, I had my suspicions there.
Oh, indeed. How cleverly you kept them to yourself.
And how well you played it. I love your Inspector Doppler. His relentless privacy, his chilly rusticity, his yeoman beadiness.
I'm glad you view the trifling masquerade in that light, sir.
Oh, yes! Worthy to take his place amongst the great detectives of fiction, Inspector Ringrose and Roger Sheringham. But tell me, how did you do it? I suppose you snuck in here whilst I was over in Salisbury yesterday.
Yes, I wanted to see you leave.
And planted a little clothing in the wardrobe and sprinkled some sacrificial blood on the banister.
Exactly. Only you'll be relieved to hear that it wasn't my blood, it was obtained from a pig's litter.
Well, thank you. Just wipe it off before you go. I don't want you fertilizing the woodworm.
Question. Where would one find a homosexual woodworm?
What?
In a tall boy. Like that drink now.
And richly you deserve.
You know, I haven't congratulated you on your game yet. You brought it off with great elan.
Really? Do you think so? Good, good. I was rather pleased with it myself, I must say. Tell me, did you really think your last moment on Earth had come?
Yes.
You're not angry with me, are you?
Anger is a meaningless word in this context.
I simply wanted to get to know you better, just to see if you were, as I suspected, my sort of person.
Games playing sort of person?
Yes, exactly.
And am I?
Oh, I should say so.
And what exactly is a games playing sort of person?
Well, he is the complete man, isn't he? A man of reason and imagination, of bright fancies and potent passions. He's a man of relentless joy, and he's unrepentant. His weapons are the openness of a child and the cunning of a pike. And armed with these, he faces out the black, bloody tears of living. For me personally, he is a man who is willing to live out the rest of his life without the crutch of domestic tension. You see, at heart, I'm really rather a solitary man. An arrangement of clouds, the secret mystery of landscape, a game of intrigue and revelation. Well, they mean more to me than people, even people I'm supposed to be in love with. I have never met a woman to whom the claims of intellect are as absolute as they are to me. Fears I was reticent about all this, knowing that people would mistake my adroit heart for one of polished stone. But I don't care anymore. I'm out in the open. I have turned my entire life into one game of happy invention.
You think I like that?
I do.
You're wrong.
I'm not. Look at how you got back at me by playing Doppler.
Well, that was just the need for revenge. Every Italian knows that.
Oh, rubbish. You could have revenged yourself on me in any one of 100 crude mafioso ways. You could have cut off the gardener's hands, or staked the cleaning woman out on the driveway, or even as a hideous last resort, I suppose, engraved loutish words in the paintwork of my Rolls Royce. But no, you had to resort to a game.
I like to pay back in kind.
Exactly what I'm saying. Come on, man. Is honor satisfied? Is it one set all?
By no means. See, your game was far superior to mine. I merely teased you for a few minutes with the thought of prison. You virtually terrified me to death. Changes you profoundly. Once you've given yourself over to the fact that the ghostly button, the banister the nail on your fourth finger, one of these last things that you see ever, and then heard the sound of your own death, things can never be the same. See, I feel I've been tempted by madness. I stand outside myself and see myself for the first time without responsibility.
That's shot, my dear chap. It ought to pass. Come on, let me get you another drink.
So that my only duty now is to even our score. That's imperative. Let's see, as you would put it, 3 games up in the second set, having lost the first one 6-love. That's about how you see it, isn't it? I should hate to cheat.
You underestimate yourself, Milo. In my scoring, it is 1 set all.
Sorry, I can't accept that. You see, to the ends of playing the game and drawing honorably level, I killed someone.
Killed someone?
Murdered someone. Committed murder.
You're not serious?
Yes.
What is this? Some new murder game?
Yes, but both the game and the murder have a difference. They're both real. And you sweat for your life. I mean, there's no point in another pretense murder game between us, is there?
No. None. But I do so hate to take advantage of you in your present emotional state.
It can't wait.
All right, we'll play your murder game. Tell me, who have you killed?
Your girlfriend, Taya.
You killed Taya?
She whose cobalt eyes were the secret forest pools of Finlandia. I closed them.
You
strangled her. Right here on this rug. I strangled her, and I had her first.
You raped her?
No. Not rape. She wanted it.
You're lying. Oh, come on, Milo. What kind of crude game is this? You're in the big leagues now. I expected better sport from you.
Oh, you'll have all the sport you can stomach in a moment, Andrew, that I promise you.
Really, Milo?
You see, Taya came by looking for you yesterday while I was setting the Doppler scene. She was under that freshly dug mound of earth that so took Inspector Doppler's fancy.
Was? She's not there now.
See, no, I moved her.
Where to? Oh, Flash's Heath, I suppose.
Yes, it was too easy leaving her here. Too easy leaving her here for the game you are going to play against the clock before the police arrive.
The police?
Yes, I phoned them up about an hour ago and asked them to meet me here at 10 o'clock. They should be here in about 10 minutes.
Really, Milo, you're preposterous.
That's so in fact.
Oh, I'm sure the police are on their way here right now.
Yes.
Let no doubt, I am Intrepid Downey Inspector Doppler.
No, it'll be a real policeman this time. Detective Sergeant Tarrant, that's his name. I told him all about you, Andrew. I told him I know you to be a man obsessed with games playing and murder considered as a fine art. Your life's great ambition, I said, was to commit an actual real-life murder, hide your body somewhere where it could be traced to you, then leave clues strewn about this house, in certain knowledge that the pedestrian and simple-minded police wouldn't take them for what they were.
Obsessed with games playing and murder considered as a fine art. Mr. Milo, you're ridiculous. Tell that in the average police station and they clap you into the nearest giggle wagon.
Not so, in fact. I told them that if they didn't believe me, would look at your books and the contents of your house, would confirm what I said about your obsessions.
Go on.
I also told them that your girlfriend Taya had come by my house 2 days ago in great distress, saying you accused her of having affairs with other men, and then threatened to kill her.
And the police swallowed all that.
After some demur, yes.
The fuzz are watching too much television.
You mustn't resent imagination in public office, Andrew. Of course, I had no proof that any harm had actually come to her, but I thought I had better report the matter, especially since I had just received an excited phone call from you, Andrew, saying you were all set to achieve your life's great ambition.
Really, Milo? I quite appreciate the fact that you have been swept up in the spirit of games playing and the need, as you see it, to draw even. But frankly, you are trying too hard, too fast to be a big boy. Hello, Joyce, darling. Andrew here. Can I speak to Taya, please? She won. When was this? Joyce? Joyce, I can't make out what you're saying. Hello, Joyce! Hello!
I told you I killed her yesterday. Now you sweat for your life. Now, concealed within this room are 2 incriminating clues, and as a final show of contempt for the police, you've added the murder weapon itself. Do you follow me so far? No judgments, please. 3 objects. Those who don't find, be sure the police will. I should also add that they're all in plain view, though I've somewhat camouflaged them to make the whole thing more fun. Now, the first object is a crystal bracelet.
Nothing.
Yes, I tore it from her wrist. It reads, "From Andrew to Taya, propitiatory offering to a Carillion goddess."
All right, I know how to describe.
Would you like some help?
Yes, damn you!
Or any man with half an eye, what stands before him may espy, but optic shots it needs I willing to see what is not to be seen.
You said everything was in plain view.
Well, it's paradoxical be, isn't it?
I will roast you for this, Tindle. I'll roast you alive!
6 minutes.
6 minutes. Let's see. An optical trick of some sort involved.
You're getting warm, Andrew. See, a propitiatory offering. I wonder what it was you propitiated for.
None of your damn business.
Just for being yourself, now. Just for being bloody cold, fostering Andrew Wyke.
That is a cheap job.
I wonder if all of her jewelry was inscribed with apologies for your bully boy behavior. Might at least you gave us, and Marguerite just had the use of it.
I know what you're doing. I won't listen to you. See, I'll solve your puzzle. Optics sharp, I mean, to see what is not to be seen with the eye, with the naked eye. So, it could be microscopic. You only see a portion of it.
Oh, you don't need to Sherlock Holmes, kid Andrew. It's full size and in full view. No, the detective angle isn't a bad one. I wonder how your man, St. John Lord Merridick, would have gone about the search.
Merridew! St. John of Merridew!
Perhaps he'd climb it right up on top of that desk and have a look on top of that tin. Or he'd run straight to the chimney and shove his fat Father Christmas face right at it. Oh my God, cried the noble lord, puking on his pipe and indulging his famous taste for bad puns. This is hardly a suitable place for a gentleman.
Listen to you. You strangled it here. What with a rope about the scarf?
Bracelet.
Oh God. Let's see. What are the properties of crystal? It's hard. It's brilliant. It's transparent. You see through it, and you don't see it. If you want to find something transparent, you hide it in something else transparent. Suddenly, it's all crystal clear. There's nothing in that! She could have left it here at any time!
True, it was only enough so that the police could read the inscription. At least they know that the relationship with Kay hadn't always been a happy one.
Oh, she's a subtle one. Come on, what next?
Oh, the next object is more damning. And the clue is a riddle which goes as follows. Two brothers we are, great burdens we bear, on which we are bitterly pressed. It is needless to say we are full all the day and empty when we go to rest.
Oh, don't tell me I know that one. Don't tell me. A pair of shoes.
Oh, right. In this case, only one girl shoe, right one, size 6. The other, I need hardly add, is still on Taya's body.
God. Poor little Taya.
Oh, Taya. That's a bit better. That's the first sign of grief you've shown. Out of a death.
That is not true. I simply haven't got time for that now. I've got to think for myself now, haven't I?
Oh, you're loving it. You're in a high state of brilliance and excitement. The thought that you are playing a game for your life is practically giving you an orgasm.
Get your filthy mouth shut! What you see before you is a man trying desperately to keep terror in check, while he solves a particularly morbid and sadistic puzzle. To triumph of mind over
Excellent! Sorry, it's so messy. That's only Taya's first grade.
Come on. What's next? The murder weapon you said. Okay. What did you strangle her with? A rope, a belt, and a scarf.
I bit into her neck very deeply, Andrew. I had to pry it loose.
You fucking dirty little what?
Oh, I hope I didn't hear that correctly. You see, it would be foolish to antagonize me at this late stage of the game because you are certain to need a lot more help. I would hate to have to start to give you oblique, Florentine sorts of clues sown with treachery and double dealing.
Come on, let's have it!
As Don Quixote,
Don't get me this. Cervantes, 5047, 60,
in common with a great number of other chaps remarked, no es todo que reluce.
I assume the other chaps didn't say it in Spanish!
Well, at least you knew it was Spanish, even though you can't speak it. Well, I suppose that's what's meant by general education in English.
Pretty damn insufferable, Tindle.
I've learned it. Let's try you on a little Latin. Every gentleman knows Latin. You're no doubt acquainted with the Winchester College Hall Book of 1401.
Oh, yes. I keep it in paperback by my bedside.
Good. Then you will no doubt remember an entry made by Alanistine Silius, known as Totem quote Splendid ut Nyaram.
I'm sorry, but I never got past Caesar through a goal across the river.
Oh, in case of adversity, that's well done. I suppose I could put it another way. Que tu n'y pas, queen route d'oreille. That's French, 13th century.
Say it again, slowly.
All that glitters is not gold.
God, you might have tried saying so in the first place instead of wasting so much time. Let's see. You strangled her with something glittering and golden. Musical cue. Come on. Whistle. Scale. Note. Chord. You strangled her with the golden chord. You wound it into the battlefield. Damn it, you did it, What? Anything goes. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking. Stocking! It's in the spin drive!
Hold, it's in this room, remember?
Let's see, where do you keep stockings on legs?
It's police ID, they're coming up to
Take them out! Okay, stop. There. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking. Now you see it.
This is
Now you don't. The pendulum is grabbing. Come on, come on.
Oh, yes, all right. Andrew, Detective Sergeant Carrington, Constable Hicks.
Come in, gentlemen, come in.
Or should I say, Inspector Plotter and Constable Freshface, thank you. Sergeant, we shan't be needing you this evening. Oh, that's all right, sir. Better to see things on events, what I always say. Good evening, Constable.
Good evening, sir.
Now I'll tell you about Taya. She did come by here yesterday looking for you. Told her about the game you played on me with a gun. She wasn't at all surprised. She knows only too well the kind of humiliation and torture you enjoy inflicting on people. I told her that I wanted to play a game to get even with you. I asked her to lend me a stocking, a shoe, and a crystal bracelet. She collaborated with enthusiasm, so did her flatmate Joyce. You can telephone to her now. She'll talk to you. Oh, but of course, you really don't have much to say to her, do you? See, she's not really your mistress, is she? She told me that you and she hadn't slept together for over a year. But you were practically impotent, not at all the selector's next choice for the Olympics.
Where are you going?
Like Marguerite's fur coat.
What? Oh. So, she's not coming back then, is she?
Yeah.
Milo, don't go. Don't waste it all on Marguerite. You and I are evenly matched. We both know what it's like to play a game. And that's so rare. Two people coming together to spend a little time of light in the darkness. Joking. Just joking.
Do you mean live here?
Yes, you can live here.
Is it legal and private between two consenting games players?
Please. I simply want someone to play with.
No.
Please.
No, you see, most people want someone to live with. But you have no life to give anyone. Take a look at yourself, Andrew, and ask yourself a few simple questions about your attachment to the English detective story. Perhaps you might come to realize that the only world you can inhabit is a dead world. Country house world, where peers and colonels die on their studies and butlers steal the port, and pet colonies cringe weeping behind greenbriers doors. It's a world where class hatred thrives, and where to be a foreigner is to automatically be a figure of fun. Give me for taking Marguerite to a world where people try to understand each other. To put it shortly, Andrew, your detective stories are the normal recreation of a snobbish, outdated, life-hating, ignoble mind. I'll collect that fur coat now. I assume it is Marguerite's. Unless you take it to transvestitism as a substitute for non-performance.
Think. Think. If I could. Yes, if I could. You see, Inspector, I was working in here in the day room when I heard a noise. I took the revolver from my desk and I came in here to investigate. And I saw this young man running down the stairs with my wife's fur coat over his arm. I shouted for him to stop, but he just ignored me and ran for the door. So naturally, I shot him. I aimed low. Honestly, I did, but the most appalling thing seems to have happened. I appear to have killed him. That's all right, sir. Why, a thing like this, why can happen to anyone? I perfectly understand. Yes. You must understand. I can't let you go now.
What are you saying?
Going around telling everybody. It just won't do.
Who'd I tell? Who'd be interested?
Even one person would be too much. Even Marguerite. Especially Marguerite.
What are you going to do, Andrew? Play old burglar game?
Could be.
Shoot you down, well, it wouldn't work even if you had the guts to go through with it.
Why not?
Because of what happened after I left here on Friday night.
Well?
I went home in the moonlight. Dazed, soiled, and numb, contaminated, damaged by you and by this house. See, I sat up in a chair all night. Next morning, I went to the police station, told them what had happened. One of them, Detective Sergeant Tarrant, yes, he's real, took me into a little back room and we had quite the long chat. I don't think he paid very much attention to me, Andrew. Even though I showed him the powder burn on the back of my head. He seemed much more interested in my relationship with Marguerite, which, by the way, Andrew, they all appeared to know about. I thought to myself, well, he's not going to do anything about this just because of a stranger from London who's screwing the wife of the local novelist and just got what he deserves. So I thought of my father and did what I might have done in Italy. I took my own revenge, I think well. So you see, your game won't work. You've lost.
You're lying. Surely you don't think I fought for that. I don't believe a word you say!
It's true.
You're lying!
Look, why don't you phone Detective Sergeant Tarrant and ask him yourself?
And say what? Oh, please, Sergeant. Has Milo Tindle been playing with Andrew Wyke, set me up as a burglar and then shot me? Not really that much, would it?
Suit yourself.
I shall shoot you, Milo Tindle. You come into my home. You ask my permission to steal my wife. You lecture me on dead words. And noble minds, and you mock Meredith. We're all real bullets this time.
I'm going home now.
You're a bad liar, Milo Tindle. And in the final analysis, an uninventive games player. Can you still hear me? Well, listen to this. Never play the same game 3 times running.
Game and sex, I think.